This you know what, this brings me a great moment to bring up our sponsor for today's episode. This is all part of the ad read. There's all those ums and ahs in there, and the software, that stuttering was in there too, and me saying the stuttering and that's all in the ad read. I don't know why they wanted me to read this ad in this way. That's all in there too. This is all in there. This is on script. This is a scripted show. So the sponsor for today is OBS Studio. It literally allows this video to happen. You know how people say like, this video is sponsored by Manscaped? Well, having shaved balls doesn't get your YouTube video any more done unless you're putting your shaved balls on a YouTube video, which then would probably not be seen, because I would hope that the YouTube algorithm is able to detect a good pair of balls. I mean, do balls have to be manually reviewed on YouTube before they get flagged and taken down? Or are balls, can a computer detect balls is really what I want to know. Can a computer going through the billions of hours of YouTube videos, can it be like, yep, there's some balls, there's some balls, there's some balls? Now, we know famously, great comedy show, here's a shout out, this is not a sponsor. The sponsor for today's video is OBS Studio. Go and get it. It's free, an open source software for video recording and live streaming. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Donate whatever you were going to pay. If you didn't know about OBS Studio, which you might not have, you never know, and depending on how I title this video, I may be like, hey, you old fucks out there that've never used a computer before, but now you want to be the new Johnny Carson, then you can do that. You can become the new Johnny Carson with OBS Studio. Does that mean enough people will be watching you as Johnny Carson was? No, OBS doesn't get you viewers, but it allows you the opportunity to hope and dream and, pray in this world where a YouTube channel is just one comment away from getting deleted, to have the opportunity to possibly maybe get a handful of viewers that are not your grandchildren. So, get OBS Studio. It's very easy to use. I use it. I'm using it right now. This video right now, produced in OBS Studio. That's why they're such a great sponsor. They've actually sponsored all of the episodes. So they're kind of a forever sponsor, for this until there's something else. But I don't think because, what are the alternatives? Let's go look at the alternatives. You have Manycam. And Manycam is here to rob you blind because, yeah, you could download it for free, but then they want you to pay $29 a year, $59 a year, $79 a year. That you got OBS Studio, baby. You don't need a freaking dime if you want to be the latest, greatest Johnny Carson. I'm saying Johnny Carson because you're such an old you probably don't know anybody after Johnny Carson because the TV broke and you didn't know how to get another TV. This show is definitely going to be taken off YouTube. Again, I don't mean this. We're making fun of language here. This is if you're over any age, I welcome you as a viewer to the show, and I appreciate you leaving. Again, I don't know you, so you are likely a better person than I, and I wish you all the best. This is all in good humor. This is all for us to laugh at ourselves. There's plenty of things to laugh at right here. Look at this. We got this non-haircut going on. We got the shout out to the non-haircut. And the reason why my hair isn't cut is because I'm not sponsored by Manscaped. If I was sponsored by Manscaped, I would show you my perfectly shaved kind of pool ball looking balls, nice and shaven. They'll be nice and shiny. They'll be polished. My balls would be polished. But because I don't have Manscaped, I have very, 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 very hairy balls. And, things like OBS, which allow me to show you my hairy head, but not my hairy balls on here. That'll be in the OnlyFans for later. Very hairy balls. OnlyFans.com/very hairy balls. I'm sure there are people that are into that, and I'm sure that would be a big hit. But today's sponsor is OBS Studio. So go download it. You can put it on your Windows, you can put it on your MacOS, you can put it on your Linux, and you can pop that on there. You can pop your little broadcasting cherry, and you can go live and say offensive things, and you can go and be able to spread misinformation. You can do all the wonderful things that make the internet what it is today. And so download it, and even if you don't want to do that, just go give them your money. Take your social security check and give it to OBS. Take it, redistribute it right back into OBS, because they may start having features because what OBS really is lacking is a lot of those Instagram features that make you look like elves and cats and pixies and dogs and characters and games and different people and non-people and aliens and all the fun things. I think those filters are missing. So if everybody can just go take their social security checks and put them right into OBS, it'll just be a better world. And maybe one day we'll be able to go back to the moon and take one little small step, a little hiccup step, and then we'll be able to take that great leap of being able to not only have Instagram filters on the phone, but be able to have them in programs like OBS. And I think once we solve that problem of being able to get Instagram filters into OBS to really enhance the viewing experience, because the best part about those filters and things is that you can just put out content where you don't need to say a word and you don't need to have any kind of personality, because the personality will be AI overlaid onto your face, onto your non-personality, kind of boring, uninspiring, bland, vanilla, just soup bowl of a face, and it will just implant some personality on it that some, developer in some third world country spent years of their lives coding away and toiling through it, getting paid probably pennies on the dollar, building these different Instagram filters to make chicks with great tits and dudes with abs look like elves and creatures from other planets and kind of really move the world forward. And I'm really kind of excited about where the world is going. We see this is actually a live view from the moon, live feed, and we see right back there the Earth. So I'm really excited by where everything's. Yeah, this is live. This is actually, I'm on the moon. I'm on the moon right now. I'm in a little glass bubble that is pressurized with the air, and I'm here. I'm gonna go grab some moon dust. Here's some moon dust. See that little fuzz around my arms and stuff? That's the moon dust. That's the moon dust floating up. And I'm telling you, this show is not cheap to produce. To produce on the moon is a little more expensive than you would think. You'd think producing a show on the moon would just be like, just a walk in the park, just going down the street. But the logistics of just loading up the rocket, getting the fuel, getting everything set up, having to go through all those tests where the rockets just explode. And, the last host that we sent, they died on the way there. And then we had to get new hosts. We just kept on having to do that until we finally were able to produce the show on the moon. So I think they finally have got the process right, and I think this is a good idea. This is the kinds of things that we should be doing. And again, all brought to you by OBS. Thank God for things like OBS that allow shows like this to be possible, because if it wasn't for things like OBS, my voice would never be heard. I would never be able to just grace the internet with this kind of insight, this kind of humor, this kind of wit, this kind of knowledge. And those pauses like that where I need to, to take a breath out or burp, because, I'm just spreading so much knowledge.